To last video we will discuss about lipids classification. Lipids classification. In lipids classification, we have classified lipids into three different types. One is simple lipids, second one is compound lipids, third one is derived lipids. Derived lipids. Again, simple lipids are having examples for simple lipids. We have fatty acids and oils, and oils. Second one is waxes. Today we will discuss about fatty acids. Fatty acids. Fatty acids are carboxylic acid with an aliphatic chain. Fatty acids are carboxylic acids. These are carboxylic acids. Actually, fatty acids are part of simple lipids, and again in these fatty acids are also called as carboxylic acids. These carboxylic acids having an aliphatic chain. This aliphatic chain may be saturated or unsaturated. This aliphatic chain may be one saturated and second one unsaturated. If aliphatic chain is saturated, then we call the fatty acids is saturated fatty acids. If the aliphatic chain is saturated, then the fatty acid is called saturated fatty acid. If the aliphatic chain is unsaturated, then we call that fatty acid as unsaturated fatty acid. unsaturated fatty acids. Fatty acids having most occurring fatty acids are unbranched fatty acids. Unbranched fatty acids of 4 to most occurring fatty acids are unbranched, means these are not branched fatty acids. Fatty acid with methyl group or any phosphate group or something is called branched. If the aliphatic chain is having branch, then that aliphatic chain is called branched fatty acids. Naturally occurring fatty acids are unbranched fatty acids. Unbranched fatty acids of carbon number 4 to 28. This carbon number 4 carbon atoms to 28 carbons. Fatty acids are 70% in 70% part of lipids. Means most lipids have 70% of fatty acids only. Most lipids have 70% of fatty acids only. The lipid portion in lipids the fatty acid portion approximately 70%. And fatty acids are not only reservoirs of energy source. Actually, fatty acids are source of high energetic molecules. Fatty acids are high energetic molecules. Not only fatty acids are high energetic molecules, but also important cell compounds, cell structural compounds, but also important structures for cell. Fatty acids are energetic compounds, high energetic compounds. Among these high energetic compound and these fatty acids are also called as important structures for cell. Fatty acids are classified into 4 different types based on length are classified into 4 different types. We can classify fatty acids into 4 different types based on first one based on length. Second one based on length. Second one based on saturation versus unsaturation. Saturation versus unsaturation. Third one based on even chain and odd chain. Fatty acids even chain fatty acids and odd chain fatty acids. This is third one. Fourth one based on linear and branched. Fourth one fatty acids transfer into linear and branched. Fatty acids are 4 types based on length. Second one fatty acids based on saturation versus unsaturation. Fatty acids based on even chain fatty acids and odd chain fatty acids. Fatty acids based on linear chain fatty acids and branched chain fatty acids. These are some classification of fatty acids depends on 4 types. One is based on length, second one is based on saturation, third one is even chain or odd chain, fourth one is linear and branched. Now we will discuss about fatty acids based on length. Based on length, fatty acids are, again we can group into 4 types. Short chain fatty acids, one short chain fatty acids, these short chain fatty acids usually the aliphatic carbon numbers, the carbon numbers in aliphatic chain is 6 carbons or below. Second one is medium chain fatty acids. Third one is long chain fatty acids. Fourth one is very long chain fatty acids. Short chain fatty acids are also called CSCHFA. Medium chain fatty acids MCFAs. Long chain fatty acids LCFAs. Very long chain fatty acids VLCFAs. These are classification of fatty acids based on length. Based on length, we can based on length. Medium chain fatty acids usually 6 carbon to 12 carbons. Long chain fatty acids 14 carbon to 20 carbons. Very long chain fatty acids 22 carbons to 28 carbon atoms. In saturated fatty acids, again we'll see about saturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids they don't have double bonds in between aliphatic chain carbon atoms. They don't have double bonds in between aliphatic chain carbon atoms. The saturated fatty acids react with sodium hydroxide to form NaOH plus saturated fatty acids. to give soaps. Anyhow, we'll discuss the chemical properties, chemical reactions of fatty acids in next upcoming video. But in this video we will discuss some of saturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids. As we learn about fatty acids are nothing but carboxylic acids having aliphatic chain. These are fatty acids are carboxylic acids having aliphatic chain. If aliphatic chain is as this as the definition says, fatty acids are carboxylic acids. If one carbon atom in the carboxylic acid, then it is called formic acid, common name chemical name chemical structure CD. C ratio D. C means carbon atoms, number of carbon atoms. D means number of double bonds. Fatty acids have a formula CH3 CH2 taken N COH, where N is equal to positive integer. Then formic acid. Then chemical structure C bond. C0 1 1 0. Acetic acid HCOOH. Here 1:0. As the carbon number is 1 in formic acid, it is called methanoic acid. Acetic acid. Acetic acid CH3 COH. The carbon number 20. Ethanoic acid. Propanoic acid. CH3 CH2 COH. Butyric acid. CH3 CH2 COH. Valeric acid. CH3 CH2 then we continue the next saturated fatty acids and their saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids, even chain fatty acids, odd chain fatty acids, linear chain fatty acids versus branched chain fatty acids in next upcoming video. Okay.